I had the unique experience of spending a month with him on Celebrity Apprentice 10 years
Oh,
ago.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Right?
Okay, Holly Robinson Peete, spill the
Yeah.
tea. Let's
So,
go.
so back then, that was, let me set the stage. So he hadn't really quite started that whole birther thing yet, because I would not have gone on the show. Period. Mark Burnett called me and asked me to go on the show, and he had seen my fundraising and said he really wanted to help me in the charity, and they had a bigger budget for charity donations, and he thought it'd be good. And I said, well, you're not going to try to like make me the new Omarosa and like try to make me the mean black lady or anything, are you? Because this is not something I really want to do. I'm not interested in that. I watched the show, and you had Pierce, this guy on, and then Joan, and they're all going at each other. I said, y'all don't want to meet Philadelphia Holly. Because Philadelphia Holly is not, Philadelphia Holly is not the Holly that everybody knows from TV. So I just didn't want to do that. But he convinced me to go on. And he said, I think you're going to really do well and you'll get a lot of funds for your charity. So I went on, and it was a very interesting experience. But because I went all the way to the finale, which I didn't quote win, but I outraised the other guy 2-1. I won $600,000 on the show for Holly Robinson Foundation for autism. So it was a trip and kind of messy and stuff, but I found him to be kind of, piggish and bullish and stuff, but I didn't find him to be just this, I don't know who he is now. I did not see that. So I think that the combination of power and corruption and all that stuff just really just made him go to that next level of just, I don't know who this guy is. And
Well, they say success and money magnifies who you are. So he was
right, and
absolutely this
power. It's
person.
power. It's the power I
Right.
think that he has, and an ego and the narcissism and all the other issues that he struggles from. But yeah, so I spent that month with him, and he was, kind of lovely to me. But then uh, shortly after the finale, rumors started coming around that he had tossed out an N-word and referring to me. And I was like, huh? And then when the producer told me when it happened during the finale, I remember the moment. I wasn't in earshot, but I could see them deciding between me and Bret Michael.
And Brett, yes.
Right? And Bret was coming off of his head exploded, his pelvis exploded. I mean, everything went wrong for Bret. And he was like on the cover of People magazine, on her Oprah show the day before the finale. I knew I wasn't going to quote unquote win. And I didn't care because it was all about the money for the foundation. But there was a moment where he was talking with producers and they're really animated. And that was when I heard that he said they want the N-word to win. Like, cause I guess the network wanted me to win, or me to be chosen, and Trump wanted Bret. And the quote was they wanted the N-word to win. And I heard it, and I don't, how could anybody believe that he wouldn't say something like that? I firmly believe he probably uses that language all the time. And so, and then by the time it sort of started resurfacing, I didn't even really address it too much because I felt like, what difference is it going to make? People have accepted the things that he said that are so vile about so many other people. What difference is it going to make if he said that about me? And so a couple of my friends who were supporters of Trump, were questioning me about it. Well, do you think it's true? And I just felt like, wow, like this is where we are. Like, you're my friend. I'm telling you that I know that you probably said this about me, but you're trying to qualify it, come up with why he did or didn't say it. But the bottom line is, Karen, it is very, very disheartening that people thought the pandemic response was okay, that people thought some of the awful things that he said and the way he does business is okay. But in the end, we got to figure out some way to bridge this gap. But when I see the behavior of people, it's really scary to me. I just don't recognize. We all know there's people in America that act a certain way, but I just don't recognize a lot of these people. And some of them are people that I've, hung out with and been friends with. So it's very frustrating.